So adders. So it is a binary adders. We're talking about binary adders. So you can see on the screen in our digital electronics, or if you take any computer or any other processing units, you can observe that. So if you want to add the, if you want to do the additions, if you want to do the additions, there should be one uh, device called adder. You can observe an adder is a digital circuit that performs the addition of the numbers. Okay, so in many computers and other kinds of processors, adders are used in the arithmetical logic unit, right? That is to perform the additions. We are going to use the adders. So if you remember in your first year, so you studied the that subject called that is related to the C language, right? You studied the C language in your second semester of first year. There you have done the number of programs regarding the additions, subtraction like that, right? There that addition is performed by means of the this adders. Okay, and adders are going to be mainly classified into two categories. Those are the half adder and full adder. So this is the main classification. There is half adder and full adder. Now we'll see what about this half adder, what is full adder, and by using definition of the half adder and full adder, we are going to design the respective adders. So first let's see the half adder. So this is a definition of the half adder. So what we need to do while we are designing the combinational circuit, first thing is we'll observe the definition of the problem, right? So this is the definition of the half adder. You can observe on the screen. So what is mean? So half adders adds the two single binary bits, two single binary digits. So what is mean by this two single binary digits? It means it can have only one bit. So you know what is binary? Actually, it is either 0 or 1, right? So here single binary digits, single binary digits. It means what? It can have either 0. For example, if you take A is a single binary digit, it means it can have either 0 or else it can have either 1. Okay, it means it is having only single bit, that is called as a single binary digits. For example, if you're talking about the two binary digits, two binary bits, two single bit numbers. Okay, so how many inputs it's going to have, you can observe on the screen. So if you're doing the addition of the any numbers, what about the output? And while you're doing the addition, you're going to have the output called sum as well as the carry also, right? For example, if you're adding two numbers, then what you're going to get, if you're doing 10 plus 11 like that, then whatever your answer, you have to get, you're going to get the sum as well as the carry. Okay, that is the number of outputs are how many? Two outputs. Okay, and it is after how many number of inputs? It is going to ISD two single bit single binary digits. Okay, so it means it is going to have the two inputs and two outputs, and this is the carry output. So carry nothing but it represents the an overflow into the next digit of the multi-digit addition. It means, for example, if you are adding a 1 and 1, for example, if you are adding the 1 1, what does it mean? It means 1 plus 1 is how much? It is going to be 2. We are going to write 0 with carry 1. Okay, so this is called a overflow, or that will write here. This is a carry. So like that we are going to do that. So let's observe, let us form the truth table for the half adder. Let's form that truth table for half adder. That is, we're going to take the inputs, and number of inputs are how many? A and B, right? Our inputs are how many? A and B are the inputs. Let me take the A and B. So with the two inputs, we can have the how many combinations? Four combinations, right? And outputs are how many? Two outputs. Sum and carry are the outputs. And by using the two binary inputs, we can have the four combinations: 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, and 1, 1. So after that, we'll get the what is sum and what is carry by doing the additions. So you know already binary addition. You already well known about the binary addition. We have done already. So what about here? So coming to 0 plus 0 is how much? It is 0. Is there any carry? No carry. So carry is also 0. 0 plus 1 is how much? 1. What about carry? Carry. There is no carry, 0. 1 plus 0 is how much? 1. Carry is 0. So you know you answer, you put your answer in the chat box. What about 1 plus 1? While you're doing adding the 1 and 1. So what is the sum and what is the carry? So put your answer in the chat box. And it contains two inputs and outputs. So dear students, put your answer in the chat box for 1 plus 1. So obviously sum is what? 0 and carry is 1, right? Sum is 0, carry is 1. Now what about next step? After getting this truth table, what we need to, we'll find out the Boolean expression by using the K-map. Okay, so you can observe on this screen, it is the simple definition for the off adder. It is having the two inputs, that is single bit inputs, and it is called off adder. It is going to have the two outputs. Those outputs are sum and carry. Sum and carry. Now we need to find out the expression for the sum and carry. Okay, so let us do that. So that is K-map simplification. So for sum, how many minterms are there? You can take, it is a 0, decimal equal to 0, and this is 1, this one is 2, this one is 3. Now when the sum is logic 1, this in these two cases, that is, you can take, it is a minterms of 1, 2, minterms of 1, 2, right? So now by taking the two variable K-map, so which K-map we require here? As we are having the two inputs, so we need the two variable K-map that it has the four cells. Okay, so I'm taking the two variable K-map, and inputs are A, B, 0 and 1, 0, 1. So whatever the minterms are, the minterms are, what is the 1 and 2? That is, this cell will be filled with the minterm, and this is one more minterm. Okay, now how many maximum number of cells we can group here? You can observe here. So we can group only one cell here. So there is no possibility of grouping two cells here. So okay, now we can group only one cell. So while I'm going to group this one now here. So you can group this one cell and also this one cell. Okay, now what is the expression for sum? Therefore sum will be right as, for this grouping, what is the expression? On the left side, a value 0, that is a bar, and top side b value 1, a bar b, and bottom side a value 1 and b value 0, b bar. Okay, so we can write this expression sum is equals to a bar b plus ab bar. So in simple form we can write, it is which gate? It represent a bar b plus ab bar. Can anybody tell me which type of logic gate it is? I told you two other gates, exclusive OR gate and XNOR gate. XOR gate and XNOR gates. So which will represent this Boolean expression a bar b plus ab bar? XOR or XNOR? XOR or XNOR? Dear student, I am asking you only. So what is the a bar b plus ab bar? Is it XOR or XNOR? So one person has answered XOR. Yeah. So obviously it is what exclusive OR only, right? XOR only. It is the XOR gate. So you can write sum is what A XOR B. And coming to carry equals to, so when the carry is logic 1, when A value 1, B value 1, that is minterm is how many? You're going to have only one minterm. So here without taking K-map also you can write it as. So for these two cases you need not to take K-map. So by observing the truth table you can write down the expression for sum and carry here. In this case only, not for every cases. And this is a minterm, and we can group only one cell here, and corresponding this carry will be given as what? A B. A B. Now after that what we need to go for the logic diagram for sum and carry. Okay, for sum it is A XOR B, and for carry it is A B. So let me draw the logic diagram here. So our inputs are what? Two inputs. One input is A and one input is B. So I'm taking the two input selection lines, A and B. And what about sum? Sum will show you the XOR A XOR B. Sum is the A XOR B. So let me take XOR gate. So this XOR gate here. Sum that is equals to the A XOR B. Now what about carry? Carry is given by what? A and B. So we need one AND gate to get the carry. So this is a carry. Carry equals to A and B. Okay, so it is the half adder. Now it is okay. Now let us see the full adder. Designing a full adder. But before getting into the full adder, let me explain what is the limitation of the half adder. So what is the drawback of the half adder? For example, here when we are going to add the 2 bits, that is if you are adding the 2 bits, for example, if I take if I want to add 0 1 and 0 1, for example, here I want to add this 0 1 and 0 1. So first we will do the this addition. First we'll do the this addition. So to get the addition of this 1 and 1, we need one half adder. Okay, that means we are having how many inputs are? Number of inputs are how many? A and B. So A B is the number of inputs, that is A value is 1, B value is 1. When A value is 1, B value 1, you are going to get what? Sum is 0, and what is output? One more output is what? Carry. Carry is 1. Okay, so up to now it is okay. Now what about further addition? Here you need how many bit addition? Here you need to add the 3 bits 0 0 1, right? But you are having what? Only two inputs A and B. So how do you add this one, right? So you cannot add this type of additions by using the half adder. Okay, so for this purpose we'll go for the full adders. So that is next one is the designing of full adders. Designing of the full adder. So I hope you got the drawback of the half adder. Now let me take about the full adder here. So first let me give the definition for the full adder. Full adder, if it is a binary full adder, I'm not mentioning the it is binary. So blindly you have to fix it like binary only. Full adder is a combinational logic circuit or combinational arithmetic logic circuit. You can take combination logic circuit designed to add two single bit numbers two single bit numbers with a carry with a carry. Okay, so it is the definition of the full adder. Now you can observe this example. So in this case, what about this carry? So we cannot add this carry by using the half adder. So for this purpose, we'll go for the full adder. Now, could anybody tell me with the definition of the full adder, how many inputs we can have here? It contains how many inputs and how many outputs? So please post your answer in chat box. It contains how many inputs and how many outputs? We can observe the full adder definition. Obviously, it is how many inputs, right? Well done. So it contains the three inputs, right? So it contains three inputs, and obviously it is we are doing addition, so we're going to have the two outputs, sum as well as the carry. Sum as well as the carry. Okay. Now after that, we'll make the truth table by taking the three inputs, that is A and B. One more input is what? Carry. So let me take input carry. Okay. So these three are the inputs. These three are the inputs. And we know that by using the three inputs, we can have the how many input combinations? 8 combinations, right? And outputs are sum as well as the output carry. So here I am mentioning the input carry and output carry. So whereas in the half adder, simply I have taken carry with the C, as there is only one carry we have taken, so I didn't mention input or output. So let me talk about this full adder. So with the three inputs, we'll have the 8 combinations. Those are 0, 0, 0. Let me make it quick. 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, and triple 1. Okay. So these are the 8 combinations. Let me mention the decimal equivalent here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let us go for this addition now. So now you can observe first case 0 plus 0 plus 0, always sum 0 carry 0, and here sum is 1 carry 0, and sum 1 carry 0. Here 0 plus 1 is 1 and 1 plus 1 is what? 2. That is 0 with carry 1. Okay, 0 with carry 1, and the fourth case 1 0 0, 1 plus 0 plus 0, it is going to be how much? 1 with carry 0. So now fifth case, so you can observe here. So first we'll add a plus b, that is 1 plus 0, it is going to be 1, and after that 1 plus 1, it will be how much? 2. So you can write 2 in the binary, 0 with carry 1, right? So let me write that one, 0 with carry 1. Now in this case also you're going to get 0 with carry 1. Now here, so put your answer in the chat box in the last case, 1, 1, 1. For this input combination, 3 ones input combination. So what is the input? What is the sum as well as the what is the carry? So drop your answer in the chat box. So I'm drawing the block diagram, simple block diagram for the full adder, which show you the number of inputs and number of outputs. Okay, you can post your answer in the chat box. So A, B, and one carry input, C in, and sum in carry output, right? So obviously we are going to get what? For this combination, sum is 1, carry is also 1. That is 1 plus 1 plus 1 how much? 3. So we can write 3 as what? 1, 1. That is 1 with carry 1. Now let us go for the K-map minimization. So for sum, we can write it is the min terms of, you can take min terms or max terms, it's your wish. but I will go with the SOP form, and you can take how many minterms are there in the sum. So you can observe here it is logic 1 for minterm 1, and for minterm 2, and for minterm 4, and for minterm 7. Okay, so the minterms are how many? 1, 2, 4, 7. 1, 2, 4, 7 is the minterms for the sum expression. Okay, now what about carry? Carry. Okay, for this minterms are how many? So 3 and 5, 6, 7. 3, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now let's go for the simplification here. So for sum as it is a 3 inputs, so we'll take the 3 variable k map, 3 variable k map, the inputs a, b, c in. So my inputs are a and b, carry in 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Now what is sum here? So what are the minterms here? So 1 and 2 is what? 0, 1, 0. Now 4, 1, 0, 0, and 7 or 1, 1. Now anybody put your answer, how many maximum number of cells we can group here? How many maximum number of cells we can group as sum k map? Maximum number of cells. Corner grouping by 2. So okay, dear. So you're saying that by using the corner grouping, you can group the 2 cells grouping, right? So what is mean by corner grouping? So while you're doing the grouping of by using the corner grouping, so every corner should have the minterm. Every corner should have the minterm. So then only you can group. You can use the corner grouping. You can observe here. So there is no minterm here. So there is no minterm here, right? So in this case, you cannot group these 2 cells. It's not called corner grouping. Okay. So you have to group the every corner should contain the minterm. Then only you can group the you can use the corner grouping. Now here you can group only how many cells? You can group only 1 cell here, right? We can group only 1 cell. Maximum number of cells is 1. Is it? Now let me write down the expression here. Sum is equal to, so now first let's go for the 0, a equals 0 row, then a bar, b bar, c, a bar, b bar, c in for next case, a bar, b, c in bar, and it is for a equals 1 case, 1 row, a, b bar, c in bar, or a, b, c. So this is the expression for sum. You can also write the sum expression. If you observe the truth table, now you can observe when the sum is logic 1. So is it related to similar to any logic gate? The output of sum. The output of sum, is it related to any logic gate? You can observe the sum output. Is it related to any logic gate? Anybody could answer me? Is it related to any logic gate output? Some output. I'm talking about some output. What? XOR. Okay. Any other answers? Any other answers? You can check the output of the sum here. So obviously what? OR. Is it OR? So you can observe the output of the sum is logic 1 when the number of ones in the input combination is odd number. You can observe some output. So this is logic 1 when the number of ones in the input combination is what? Odd number. That is, you can observe first case 0 0 1. Here number of ones is how many? Only one or one is there. In the second case 0 1 0, only one is there. And fourth case, third case 1 0 0, only one is there. And next case is 1 1 1. That is, three ones are there. Okay, so you can observe the remaining steps, remaining cases. In the remaining cases, number of ones are how many? Even number. So in this cases, the output is logic 0. So in the odd number cases, output is logic 1. So you can take sum is what? It is following the XOR operation. So sum is following the XOR operation. So you can write the sum expression. So instead of taking these four terms, simply you can take A XOR B XOR Cin. A XOR B XOR Cin. Okay, is it okay, everybody? Now observe the carry output. So is the mapping of the carry output. Now tell me how many maximum number of cells we can group here. So in this case, how many maximum number of cells we can group here? So if you observe here, I can group only maximum number of cells 2. I don't know how many you can group here, but I can group only 2 cells here. So these 2 cells grouping and these 2 cells grouping and these 2 cells grouping. Okay, so is there any minterm which is not containing the cell, any cell which contains the minterm? So there is no cell which contains the minterm. We have grouped the every cell here. So anybody answer me how many essential prime implicants are there? So in this grouping, how many essential prime implicants are there? EPI. How many essential prime implicants are there? So is it 3? Only one person answered it is 3. Right? Obviously it is going to be 3 only. Right? Well done. Okay. Now the C output expression is. So I'm writing the expression. You can do the cross check here. You can do the cross check. A C input carry and B C input carry or AB. Okay, so this is expression for the output carry. Now let us go for the logic diagram. So for sum and carry, and you know we need how many inputs, sir? Here we are having the 3 inputs. So let me take 3 inputs: A B C input carry, and here so first to implement the sum. So what we require the logic, you can do this. Both are correct. Both are correct. There is if you take the first expression for sum, A bar B bar C plus A bar B C plus A B bar C plus A B C. So you can take this expression or simply A XOR B XOR C. But I will go with the second expression. Why? Because it is consumes only one logic gate. That means which reduce the number of gates is what? That is which reduce the cost is going to be reduced. So we'll take A XOR B XOR C to design the sum of the full adder. Okay, so let me take sum of the full adder. is A XOR B XOR C. So we'll take three inputs A, B, C, and we use the exclusive OR gate. Exclusive OR gate. And sum is what? A XOR B XOR C input. Now what about this carry flow? Carry. So to implement the carry, what we need required? We need the three AND gates. We need the two input, three AND gates, and after that we need the three input OR gate. So you need the three AND gates to implement the AC and to implement the BC as well as to implement the AB. Okay, so if we do that, first I'll implement the AND logic. AC. After that, I'll go for the BC. And I will go for the AB. So AND gate. And this is the AC in, and after that BC in, and after that AB. So these are the AND gates, Abba. So please feel like these are AND gates. Those may not look like AND gates properly. So feel it like AND gates. And we need the one OR gate, three input OR gate. And this is the OR gate. There is output carry. Okay, so this is the designing of the full adder.